Welcome to Every Fact Ever. Like and subscribe for more amazing facts. This is 50 facts about potatoes. Fact number 1. The potato originates from Peru and Bolivia. It was discovered between 8000 and 5000 BC. The potato has since become a staple crop for many of us around the world. Fact number 2. The potato is a vegetable. They are part of the nightshade vegetables. Tomatoes and peppers are also part of this nightshade group. Fact number 3. Potatoes came to Europe around the 16th century. It entered in Spain in 1570 and the humble potato entering the British Isles 2 decades later between the years of 1588 and 1593. Fact number 4. Potatoes are a dietary requirement. If you cook your potato with the skin on, you will get plenty of potassium and vitamin C. 100 grams of boiled potatoes will contain around 70% water. Fact number 5. Potatoes can be used all year round. The only potatoes that cannot be used all year round are new potatoes. An example of these potatoes are the Jersey Royal. Fact number 6. Certain varieties of potatoes should be cooked in certain ways. King Edward potatoes are hardy and can be cooked in a variety of ways, boiled, roasted and mashed. The Aryan pilots are great for boiling and making jacket potatoes from. Fact number 7. Chips or french fries are a common dish made from potatoes. Thomas Jefferson was said to have had potatoes served in a French manner way back in 1802. There's a large debate between countries on the name. Some countries call them chips and some say french fries, others say pata. Fact number 8. If you say chips in America, they will give you crisps. Crisps are a side dish created from potatoes. The idea of the thinly sliced potatoes deep fried was invented in the UK in 1871. Fact number 9. You need to avoid odd-looking potatoes. Torn, green or wrinkled potatoes should be avoided as they can be diseased or infected with bacteria. If you use these potatoes, you're likely to be subjugated to, at best, a bitter taste in your mouth and at worst, a pretty nasty bout of food poisoning. Fact number 10. Potatoes can be beneficial to your health. Potatoes contain a lot of minerals and health-benefiting compounds. These are used in reducing a person's blood pressure. The level of potassium in potatoes is also said to help those suffering from high blood pressure, as well as those with heart disease. Fact number 11. Potatoes should be washed with care. When preparing your potatoes, you should be careful not to damage the skin too much. Use a potato peeler where possible. Also, don't bump them around, otherwise they'll bruise. A lot of potatoes' nutrients are locked within the skin. Try and find creative ways of using your potato skins with your meals. Fact number 12. Potatoes can make you healthier. A 2007 study showed that eating potatoes with a piece of pork instead of rice or pasta helped reduce the number of calories men were consuming. Another study shows that potatoes were the most filling type of carbohydrate. Fact number 13. The Potato King is real. Frederick the Great, King of Prussia, is his real name. He was responsible for extinguishing skepticism about the potato in Germany in 1756. This paved the way for the potato to become a staple of the German diet. Fact number 14. An even healthier alternative to the potato is the sweet potato. This potato belongs to the blindweed family, and it's rather large in size, tastes sweet, and is orange in colour. Fact number 15. The word potato has a Spanish origin. Patata is the original Spanish word for potato. It is widely used today as the patata bravas context. This is the natives' favourite dish in Spain. Fact number 16. China is responsible for growing the most potatoes, 88.99 million metric tons a year. This is a staggering 22% of the world's total potato production. For comparison, India is the second largest potato grower in the world at 45.34 million metric tons a year. That's just over half of what China grows. Fact number 17. They must be stored in a cool, dark environment. If potatoes are kept in the light, they can turn green and sprout green shoots. Storing potatoes in a paper bag also helps keep them fresher for longer. Fact number 18. There was a European-wide failure of potato crops. In the mid-1840s, potatoes were struck down by a disease called the potato blight. Many people starved because they didn't have access to good potatoes in Scotland and Ireland. Fact number 19. There was a huge potato crop failure in Ireland called the Great Irish Potato Famine. The Great Irish Potato Famine caused over 1 million people to die of starvation. This spurred on a century-long decline in Ireland's population that it is still recovering from today. Fact number 20. there are potato museums. Idaho Potato Museum is one example. It can be found in the town of Blackfoot. The Canadian Potato Museum is another, and it can be found in the quiet town of O'Leary on Prince Edward Island. Fact number 21. The average American eats about 124 pounds of potatoes a year. Germans eat a staggering 250 pounds, that's twice as much. And China, though the biggest producer of potatoes in the world, only eats 103 pounds of potatoes per person a year. Fact number 22. The potato was not popular in Europe to begin with. First, the potato wasn't mentioned in the Bible. This meant that largely Christian and Catholic people of Europe avoided it. Secondly, people thought potatoes caused leprosy, which for the record, they don't. Fact 23. Growing underground protects the potatoes from harm. They are protected from insects and vermin that would otherwise eat them. They can stay underground for long periods of time and still be eaten. Fact number 24. Potato cultivation is growing every year. In the early days of potato cultivation, Europe and North America were responsible for growing the most potatoes, but since the 1990s, Asia, Africa and South America have also started growing huge amounts of potatoes. Fact number 25. French fries are really popular today. Up to 29% of Americans' potatoes go to making French fries, and McDonald's uses 7% of this number. Fact number 26. The world's biggest potato was grown by Peter Glazebrook. It weighed a massive 8 pounds 4 ounces. Peter Glazebrook was an amateur gardener, and the potato won the title at the National Gardening Show, Septon, Somerset. Fact number 27. Potatoes have been grown in space. Seed plantation started in October 1995. The technique used by NASA to grow potatoes has answered the question of how to grow potatoes worldwide. Fact 28. There are special machines that harvest potatoes. 1969 was the year of the first hand-propelled potato harvester was created. These days, potato harvesters are self-propelled mini factories that cost as much as $100,000. Fact number 29. There are more than 4,000 varieties of potato for you to enjoy. Each potato gets put in one of 7 categories that are established. The categories are rusted, red, white, yellow, blue-purple, fingerling, and petite. Fact number 30. Potatoes can be frozen. When you visit your supermarket, take a look at the frozen potatoes. You can get hash browns, wedges, slices, crinkles, and waffles. Freezing potatoes allows for all the nutrients to be locked inside. Fact number 31. You can get instant mashed potato. Instant mashed potatoes have been heavily industrialised. They have been cooked, mashed and dehydrated to get them into their packets. When at home, stirring boiling water into the desiccated potato powder to create instant mashed potato. Fact number 32. Chips are actually made from white potatoes. Though regarded as being unhealthy, deep fried chips are cooked in better oils these days to keep them as healthy as possible. Leaving the skin on is a great way to lower the amount of fat that gets absorbed into the potato while it cooks. This keeps them healthy. Fact number 33. British people love their chips, but eat them in some odd ways. People in Britain love to dunk their chips into sauces or sides. Gravy is a common one, with beans and tomato ketchup being close behind. Smothering chips in cheese is another way of eating them, and it's not uncommon to see a bag of chips covered in thick, gooey cheese on the British streets. Fact 34. The chip butty is real. This is a common meal eaten by holidaymakers in British seaside towns. A sandwich-like meal consists of 2 slices of bread smothered in tomato ketchup, with chips as the main filling. Fact number 35. Chips can be eaten at any time. Although chips are thought of as a side to a meal, they are often eaten alongside breakfast. Hash browns and fried potatoes can often be found as part of a good old English breakfast. Fact number 36. The most mashed potatoes eaten was 598 grams in 30 seconds. Andre Ostwolf in Germany won the title in 2016. Andre wolfed down a masses of instant mashed potato in this challenge. Fact number 37. Benjamin Franklin attended a banquet where the fare was to be paid in potatoes. These potatoes were prepared in 20 different ways. By doing this, he extinguished some of the unpopular beliefs people had heard about potatoes. Fact number 38. Potato pay bribery system is real. This new currency is used between parents and children. The system is used to bribe children to eat foods they don't want to eat. Fact number 39. The British people love their crisps. British favourite crisps are Doritos, Walkers and Pringles, while the least favourites are Jacob Minis, Walker's Salt and Shake, Knick Knacks and Squares. Fact number 40. The International Potato Centre, or CIP, was established in 1971. This is a research and development organisation that focuses on enhancing the availability of affordable and nutritious foods globally. So far, the CIP has helped over 5 million households in Asia and Africa receive nutritious foods. Fact number 41. There are myths surrounding the potato. First, hanging a dry potato around the neck was said to cure rheumatism. Second, a peeled potato kept in the pocket was said to cure a toothache. Fact number 42. Potatoes are a dessert. Potatoes were once served as a dessert in the 18th century. The potatoes would be heated, then either salted or sugared or both, and finally served. Fact number 43. You can make potato ice cream. Potato ice cream is a vegan dish. The ice cream is said to have half the calories of normal ice cream. Fact 44. Potato racing. In the 19th century, people would climb onto a horse and run around on foot trying to find potatoes. People still play these games today. Fact number 45. The Queen gave Sir Walter Raleigh lands in Ireland to farm potatoes. He was given 40,000 acres of land. This event is so famous that some potatoes today are called Irish potatoes because of the contribution made by Sir Raleigh. Fact 46. Marie Antoinette wore potatoes in her hair. This sparked interest among the Parisans, who started doing the same. Even Louis XVI wore a potato in his buttonhole to encourage farmers to grow more potatoes. Fact number 47. Gold miners would trade gold for potatoes. They believed that potatoes cured scurvy and were prized foods because of it. Today, a medium-sized potato would be worth a small fortune by these standards. Fact number 48. Mr. Potato Head is a famous plastic toy that can be decorated. He was created in 1952. He's married to Mrs. Potato Head in the Toy Story movies. Fact number 49. Some potato varieties are hard to come by. In Britain it is difficult to find Lady Crystal, Dunbar Rover and Mr. Little Yettlehome Gypsy. You may be able to find them at specialist farming events or even at a specialist farm. Fact number 50. Americans like to keep their potatoes simple. 28% of them prefer them mashed, while 25% of them prefer them baked. And that was 50 facts about potatoes. Thank you for watching, and remember to like and subscribe for more amazing facts. If you have any suggestions on topics you would like covered, please leave a comment down below. And for those of you that haven't had their fact fix for the day, watch some of these following videos.